and welcome to this week's episode of Pop Culture News and Reviews. We're up to issue 71. If you've joined us before, you know what's happened. And if you haven't, you're about to get all this week's news and some reviews, maybe. Who knows?
Something.
Of pop culture stuff going on in the world. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by Sevi.
Hello.
And, mate, what have you been watching?
Why just sitting out on me so quick like that? I haven't watched anything. What have I watched? What did I watch?
You've been on combo. You've been home, haven't you?
Huh?
You've been home, haven't you?
No, I've been at work all week.
You watched nothing at home?
I've watched nothing.
Nothing. You still watching Walking Dead, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. No. I finished Clarkson's Farm.
Oh, right. Okay. You finished
it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it to everyone.
Yeah. Done.
Everyone needs to watch this show. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was blown away by it. It's like, wow. It's not only is it entertaining, but it's eye-opening to see what farmers actually go through.
Right.
Like it's insane. The amount of stuff that they did and for what they made at the end, it's insane.
Right.
Insane.
All right.
So
well, that's on
I recommend
Amazon, right?
Amazon, yep.
Yeah.
Watch it.
All right, Clarkson's fun. Well, tell you what, I will.
Yeah, do it.
I'll watch that.
You will like it. I guarantee anyone who watches this show will like it. You'll fall in love with all the characters that are in it. All the people, all the characters, people, staff, whatever you want to call them. Workers.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Farmhands.
Like everyone is good in the show.
Yeah.
Everyone.
But it's real, right?
It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. It is 100% real. And it's I can't really say. I was going to say a line that Clarkson says at the end, but I can't because it'll give away how it all sort of goes at the end.
Oh no, we'll watch it, man. We'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it. It's awesome.
We might even talk about it more next week if I get through it this week. But we'll.
I think it's eight eps. I think it's 8 eps.
Yeah. All right.
Something
Fantastic. We'll give it a go.
Give it a crack. Give it a crack.
All right. Well, on the same vein of massive recommendations throwing out there, I finally finished Ted Lasso, and it was better than it had any right to be. Like, I went into it being like, soccer show.
Mr. Sudeikis.
Meh. You know?
Is it a true story?
No, I don't think so. Really good, though.
Really good?
Yeah, like, it's one of those, it's just so well written. Like, it is watertight how well written it is. And makes you feel for and connect with every character.
How many eps?
9, 8, 9.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah,
that's not bad. That's a good length.
Yeah.
I would say.
So that one's that's Apple TV, but guys, watch it. Like, the actors are phenomenal. Like, everyone playing the roles is just, and they're not like well-known people either.
Yep.
Well, not in outside England. I think they've gone lots of England.
Yeah, English-based actors.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, you don't have to know anything about soccer to watch this. There's a little bit of soccer in it, but it's like more to do with plot than game.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's more management style, isn't it? Like
a little bit, yeah.
Actual
but
player,
like people management.
Yeah,
you know, and then like power plays behind the scenes and all that stuff. But end of the day, it's about connecting with the core characters.
There was a movie. Kevin Costner. What was that football one? Tom Welling's in it as well.
Is that the draft day one?
Yeah. The draft day.
Yeah,
it sounds similar to that. But you get more background than you do.
Football.
Yeah.
So in that respect it is, but in this show there's a lot more, I want to say heart. Like, you connect with the characters.
Yeah.
And even if the character's only like, so there's a bloke who's like a bumbling assistant in it.
Yep.
And he could have just been easily just like written as like a one-note, useless bumbling character. And by the end of it, you feel for him too.
Speaking of bumbling assistants, that just popped into my head. Whatever happened to the dude in Loki?
Dude,
what happened to him? He showed up. He's been here like one ep, and we haven't seen him again.
Yeah.
Did he not?
And then he was in the background of one as well. Remember?
Did he not do well with the people
he stole
watching
his
it? Or
juice when he was explaining the.
He just didn't show up again.
I don't know. Who knows? Because he was like a comedian, wasn't he?
He was good.
Yeah.
I want to see more of him.
But anyway, no, that's my. If you haven't seen it, go watch Ted Lasso, because the second season for that drops this month, July 28th.
Right.
So get on board, because it's really good. Otherwise, it's gonna be one of the ones you watch like 4 seasons from now, where you're like, man, why didn't I get into this sooner? Why is everyone talking about this? Because they will. Like, this is about to sweep award shows right now.
Well, isn't that what we usually say if it's doing award shows and that, which is usually not that great?
No, because there's award shows now that you look at and you're like, yeah, I actually agree with a lot of these. Like, so it's the difference between...
so a swing has been made?
No, I think Oscars is still
Garbage.
Like I'm doing hand signals here, but like no one can see them. High like French foreign press kind of thing,
Upper
voting on
echelon.
it, being like, oh, well, this is lovely because of these elements, and we're like, we don't find those entertainment.
No, those elements suck.
Whereas I think the Emmys are like, because the Emmys for TV, and they've brought streaming into that too,
Yeah.
and they're actually doing well. These are
Oh, yeah, because Modern Family smashed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think Emmys you can look at and say, yeah, okay, that's
I think Modern Family actually stole a few from our mate Timothy Oliphant for Justified as well,
I definitely would have.
which I'm very upset about. Modern Family can go suck it.
Modern Family was really good though.
Not as good as Justified.
Yeah, but would they even been going head to head? Because they would have been in the comedy genre, right? Justified would have been
I don't know.
drama.
Yeah, but for best actors,
Yeah. Oh, but now they do like best actor in a comedy
I
series.
feel
or
like-
best actor in a drama
I
series.
feel like Phil Dunphy is not better than Raylan Givens.
Phil Dunphy is an incredible actor.
He's pretty-
The
you know what
dude-
he is?
the
You know-
Ty Burrell, he's incredible.
You know what's funny is, and I said it since day one of watching Modern Family, it's that Modern Family, not Ty Burrell, Phil Dunphy is a live action Homer Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
Like 100% live action Homer.
Except not as dumb.
Oh, no, he is.
No, he just has really good intentions, like heart of gold.
So does Homer.
He's a lot like Michael Scott, like from The Office, like after he's got his family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like, you have the best intentions.
The sequel to, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I really love Modern Family. I think they jumped the shark a little towards the end though. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the news of the week in the world of pop culture. But hey, this time next week, it looks like we're going to be talking a bit more about Ted Lasso and Clarkson's Farm.
Yes.
So we'll get into that. If you're going to watch Ted Lasso though, watch it with Mrs. Oak. She'll love it. Here we go. First bit of news we have is from the TV world, where Marvel What If dropped a trailer.
They
And
did.
I've got to say,
out
man,
of nowhere.
I was sitting on the fence about this a bit. Like when we were talking about doing one shots and stuff for it, I was like, I don't think we're going to do it for What If because it's not like a storyline. Like it's not a cohesive. Like each episode's going to be a one shot in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and also like I'm not massively in the world of animated.
The animation is solid.
It looks good.
It is solid.
Yeah, like so I'm sold, man. I'm like, yo, watch this.
Well, I showed Mrs. the trailer, and we're gonna watch it. Like this will be the next. So I'm gonna say it here. This will be a water cooler.
You reckon? Yeah, every episode. Well, I mean, probably do a one shot for it. To be honest, like a one shot for each episode because they're not flowing on, are they? Like each episode's self contained, which is exactly
Yeah, no,
what
but
a one-shot is.
it's still a TV show though.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, so
maybe.
because we only one shot movies,
Yeah,
we
fair
don't
call.
want to throw What If in there. Another
Fair
production
call.
meeting on the that you're hearing right here. So,
Yeah. If you don't agree with it, send us a message.
and if we don't agree with you,
We'll pretend we
we'll
didn't get
still do whatever we do.
it.
That's what happens.
But yeah, it looks good. Looks really good.
It looks really good.
Keen for all the storylines you're looking at. Like you're getting there.
And we are getting the last, and it's sad to say, we're getting the last acting role of Chadwick Boseman. This is the last one that we will ever see.
Hearing his voice was a little jarring.
There's some points in it where it doesn't sound like him.
Yeah.
And I think because he's taking a more animated comedic side to that accent. And it's like, is that Chadwick? Is it not? There's some bits that sound exactly like him. There's other bits like where he's calling the, what does he say? The Ravagers or something like that. There's a couple of bits in there where it's like, oh, it doesn't sound like him. But it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway, this looks good.
a little bit annoyed that the big guns aren't coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit of a,
bit of a screw you.
yeah, since, hello guys, this is what's made your careers.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you're
look,
not paying enough.
they've done a fair bit for them, but anyway. So yeah, no Hemsworth, no
there is
Sorry,
Hemsworth.
not Hemsworth, no Evans, no
Downey Jr..
Possibly no Benedict Cumberbatch. Now that's a weird one.
I'm annoyed that Downey Jr. didn't come in and do it for free
No Benicio del Toro.
as of yet. They're still up in the air about that. He could come in, but I mean, if he's going to do it, he's going to need to do it now.
But I got to say, the list of what people they got compared to who they didn't.
Yeah,
is huge.
I'm still really annoyed that RDJ turned it down. Like it's like,
Yeah.
that
What else are you doing,
made
man? Another Doctor Dolittle, Sherlock, something, Chase?
well, Dr. Dolittle was a flop.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Iron Man brought you back from everything, and you're not going to come and do something for free. You got to say like 15 minutes worth of lines.
Just sit in a booth for a bit and
just do it.
Just talk. Anyway, but doesn't that give you like? There's been a lot of speculation of people saying, "Oh, when Riri Williams Ironheart comes into it, she uses a Tony hologram," and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll voice it." Will he? Will he?
Problem. He better. He better.
Or she won't use that. She'll use something else.
Yeah, it'll just be Jarvis still.
Yeah. I'll take Vision.
Yeah, I'll take Paul Bettany.
Yeah. Oh no, Happy Friday.
I want Paul Bettany. I want Jarvis. His voice is awesome.
Jennifer Connelly did all right.
His voice is just so perfect for an AI voice.
Was it Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooderman.
Yeah. It feels weird saying Karen though, and in a positive way.
Okay.
Like,
Karen.
bloody Karen putting him into instant kill again, just over nothing. Just wants to see
Karen.
the manager. Anyway, we also got our first look at Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Empire's released a little picture. Have you seen it?
Yeah, just them standing kind of. Honestly, we've seen this before.
He's covered in blood.
Yeah,
Like covered.
there's a lot of blood on him.
in blood. He's a big man.
Huge.
Like he is a big man.
Yeah, big man. Gunn has been going crazy on socials, by the way. Like, if you're interested in knowing anything about anything James Gunn is doing, get on Twitter. And there's a chance he's spoken about it. He just answers random people's questions about things. And like, yeah, it's a hell. I'm not going to say anything specific, but it's definitely worth getting into.
You know, I'm going to say something. You know who if they were to recast TV Superman, I'd put John Cena at close to the top of the list.
As a TV Superman.
As a TV Superman.
I don't know.
Look at the man.
I know, but...
Look at the size of him. Look at the chiseled jaw. I mean, I reckon he could pull it off. I reckon he could pull the Boy Scout off.
I don't know. I reckon he would have been a really good US agent.
He's a little bit too big, I think.
Oh, no. I would want to see a big US agent.
Yeah, but isn't US agent supposed to be around the same size as Cap? They're supposed to be the same sort of build and everything. Well, I mean, Chris Evans was huge, but Cena's huge.
Cena could be Thor.
Cena could be Thor. He could pull that off too, I reckon.
But yeah.
That comedic timing that he's got.
But no one's going to replace Hemsworth. No. That's his role forever.
That's his. He's cemented that.
He's owned that. Look, Cena had a little bit of a quote here talking about Peacemaker and what they're going to do in the thing.
I'm pumped.
This guy is a loud, obnoxious, broy douchebag, and that sucks. But why? At what point did he become such a douchebag? And what does that mean? There's a lot to dive into there. So I honestly just don't think he takes anything seriously. Old mate Cena. Like he just shows up, maybe he's working out.
I think he's having fun.
As he should. And movies is supposed to be fun, man. There's a point people forget that, but making movies is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, and I think James Gunn does that.
Yeah.
He makes making a movie fun.
Oh, yeah. Taika
makes making a movie fun. Like it is what it is.
Guys out there that you're like, you're just having a lot of fun.
Why are we here to yell? I'm not going to yell and scream. There's no point.
Just get it done.
Just get it done and have fun.
Do the work. Before we jump into movie news, we'll take a quick trip down miscellaneous news, which is a bit sad news this week, man.
A big bit of sad news.
So we'll put an RIP here to Richard Donner.
Yeah, we lost a giant of cinema
earlier this week.
And not only that, Robert Downey Jr.'s dad.
What?
As well, passed away.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Richard Donner was Robert Downey Jr.
No.
So I thought I would have known that.
No, Robert Downey Sr.
Right. But Richard Donner, we'll just take a quick deep dive on his
Well, we've got Superman, of course.
Let's just stop on Superman for a second here, because that was and has been said to have been the inspiration for everything that followed in terms of movie cinematic experiences.
Yes.
So Kevin Feige drew a lot from that.
It's funny how Superman just started everything. Superman, first comic.
Yeah.
You got the first superhero, Superman. Then you got the movies, Christopher Reeve's Superman with Richard Donner changed the game. It's
Incredible.
like just the Soups. Just bring him back. We want more Soups.
Anyway, so along with that, he also directed Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
Which
Wrote it as well.
and
He
directed,
co-wrote it and produced all of them, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Look,
And not only that, in other news, I think we spoke about it a few episodes ago, that him, Richard Donner, Mel Gibson, and Danny Glover were back in the writing room to do another Lethal Weapon. So I'm fingers crossed that
they got enough.
they got enough done to make the movie, and then obviously honor it to him.
Definitely.
Give it. Put him in at the end.
Speaking of Mel Gibson, one movie that Richard Donner done, which was one of my favorites growing up, I got to be honest, because I went through a massive cowboy kick when I was younger, and I think everyone went through one about the same time.
Are you saying the casino one on the boat?
Maverick,
yes, the casino one on the boat.
Maverick. He was so good, Mel Gibson, in this.
Yes,
Like
Richard Donner also done Goonies as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, of course, yeah,
The massive Goonies.
yeah.
Thanks, Josh Brolin.
Did some crazy stuff too. Scrooged.
No.
Oh, that was it was like a night before Christmas thing, but it was more like comedy, and it was
Oh, okay.
it was really good.
I mean, the man was a goat of filmmaking
Yeah,
and writing and producing.
1976, The Omen.
Oh,
Yeah, one of the first Omens, which was yeah, that got redone, but it shouldn't have been because it was already perfect. Yeah, there's a lot here that
I mean, he's lived a wicked life.
Yeah.
I think he was like 90. Oh, he was 90 something. I don't want to go saying an age just in case I'm wrong, but I know he was in his 90s, so he's had a good innings.
Yeah.
Good innings, and his family should be extremely proud of the work that he accomplished.
He started on a lot of like really early TV shows as well.
Yeah.
Like Gilligan's Island,
Oh, wow.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Wow.
Yeah. Get Smart, The Fugitive.
He's legit gone through all of them.
Yeah.
Do we have Starsky and Hutch in there as well?
No,
Hawaii 5-0?
Yeah, so like from early on, like did a lot of the stuff that you point at and you say, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I've got a little note here on, I don't know, this might be wrong, but it says he was an executive producer on X-Men Origins Wolverine. Is that just...
He was.
Yeah?
He was, yes.
That's
yes,
incredible.
he was.
And X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
First one.
Also executive producer on Any Given Sunday.
He knows when to make a buck.
Yeah.
He knows where to put funds.
Also did the massive Tales from Crypt series, but guys, Richard Donner,
Just go on his IMDb and just watch everything that he's been a part of, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
he hitched his wagon to the right things.
He was a smart man, and he knew what to do
definitely.
and how to do it, and he got it done.
So this is going to lead us into our first bit of movie news here, which was a bunch of speculation that Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine, when in reality it was Hugh Jackman paying respect to Richard Donner. Yes.
No.
That's what it was.
No, it wasn't, because the thing that he shared from Boss Logic was a couple of days before Richard Donner died.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So no, it wasn't.
No.
A lot of people were speculating that, but it's turned out it's not.
The timeline doesn't match up.
not. And it also doesn't make sense, because why would he share a photo with Kevin Feige and not with Richard Donner?
I wonder if he got a photo of Richard Donner.
Of course he did. He would have met him. Would have met him a few times, because he X-Men.
Yeah, but
X-Men and Wolverine.
he's the executive producer. You know how often those guys are actually on set?
It's Richard Donner. He would have gone to set.
Yeah.
It's Richard Donner. He does what he wants.
Yeah, he just walks.
He would have shown up. Like, that's just it.
So
Like,
timeline doesn't match up. So
No.
Hugh Jackman is teasing Wolverine stuff for some reason.
funny enough, Patrick Stewart also had meetings with Kevin Feige, closed door meetings. I think it was a few months ago. And he's come out and said that they spoke about Xavier coming back in the MCU. And I think it was for Doctor Strange.
Multiverse stuff.
Yep. Multiverse stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
So if you're going to have Patrick Stewart roll on through, who do you want on his right-hand side behind
of
him?
course.
You have Hugh Jackman walk in with him.
You know what? I don't.
But
should
the thing that Patrick Stewart blew all this out of the water. Like, he just told him exactly what happened. And he said the only thing that he's got a problem with is how perfect Logan was.
Yeah.
A perfect type. He said, I don't unless you can do something that good that, like, yeah, we might come back for a movie or 2 movies or something, but I don't want to pull that down. He goes, that was the perfect end for both our characters. I don't want to.
I love how much he loved Logan as well. Patrick Stewart's this actor who people are like, oh, he's just revered as being this amazing, but he's got such a love for comic book film.
Oh.
And Star Trek and stuff as well.
I think he's just got a love for films. Yeah. Like all of them.
Well, this is actually what, like, my thing about him being an actor and being incredible is that I saw this behind the scenes thing for Logan where they were talking about how they do a scene and then they did another scene. And then when they finally said, you're wrapped, he turned to the young girl playing X-23.
Yep.
And
Daphne Keane.
Yeah. And he says to her, he's like, and he's got like a tear in his eyebrow. This is Hugh Jackman saying it. He goes, he looks like he's tearing up. He says to her, this will live on forever. Yep. He goes, but go and do theatre.
Well, he's a massive. He was like,
go
art.
Do theatre. He goes, because right now you've just done something incredible that'll live on forever. He goes, but when you're on theatre, it dies that night. And if you haven't got it perfect or haven't got it, only the people in that room know.
Yeah.
You know?
So you can work on your craft.
Yeah, but also if you give an amazing performance in that scene, and only those people know. And it's like a little secret you have with them.
Yeah, but not only that, that's mastering. Like, a lot of people will just stick to movies and they're not going to be able to master that art, where if you're doing theatre, you're working on that art every night. Well, every night?
But there's a big difference as well.
And that's how you get your Patrick Stewarts, you get your Ian McKellums, you get your Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Like these guys who do theatre, and I started at theatre and then started doing commercials and films and shit. Like, the difference between how you act, because I was getting sent out of rooms and auditions being like, no, you're doing too much. And it's
Stop
because
overacting.
You have to in theatre.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to act for the people in the back row.
Yep.
You know? And they're like, no, the camera's this tight on you.
Yeah, don't be an idiot.
We can see every subtle movement you're making. Like,
stop opening your mouth that wide.
You've got to bring it in. You got to rein it in.
Mouth.
You know, you got a microphone on you. You're fine.
Yeah.
So having actors who do that, and like you switch between the two is amazing. Because it's just two different disciplines. You know,
it just makes an actor. You don't have to do that whole thing that I hate.
Method acting.
You don't have to do that.
So it's like about Will Smith talking about method acting the other day. Have you seen that?
No.
So Will Smith's talking about how it was a film he did where he goes, he's method acted once. He's like, he did a film where he method acted. It was like a cop film or something like that. And
Bad Boys?
No, it wasn't.
He was playing Mike Larry.
It was something smaller, but he goes, he thought he'd give it a go. And he got fully into it, and he goes, and you've got to push everything that is you out of your body and replace it with this character. It's like, and you adjust this character. You eat everything they eat. You sleep when you think they'd sleep. You laugh at what they'd like. You look at what they'd look at on social media. So you have to get into their heads. He goes, and then he goes, what the reason why he'll never method act again is because it terrified him. He goes, because then when he had to stop, he came to the realization that when he had to be Will again, Will's just a character. And he's like, what you think is your personality is just a character.
It's just a character. Yeah,
because you're a different personality when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, when you're with other people. You're playing different characters. He's like, and that messed with his head.
Yeah.
And he goes, people who do it often, he doesn't understand how they do it. He's like, but he thinks that there's no chance they can be the same person when they come back each time.
They can't. Because a bit of that character would stay with you.
Yeah.
Like,
because you've grown as a person.
Yeah.
In that time.
Like, sorry, Jared Leto, but you're the Joker all the time now. Now you're going to be a vampire. I mean, sorry.
You know, but
and a druggo warlord's brother.
It was incredible to watch, though. Will Smith being like, he was actually like, I'm terrified of method actors.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to act.
Yeah.
And I'm going to act like Will Smith the whole time.
But I
never lose myself.
He was talking about filming In the Pursuit of Happiness, right?
Oh, that movie's amazing.
Yeah. And he was with his son.
Film. Yep. Jaden.
Yeah. And he goes, after a scene, his son turns to him after they've done it a couple of times. He goes, well, Dad, you do it the exact same way every time.
Well, that's acting.
No. And he goes, and that broke my heart. He's like, so I thought I was a good actor. He's like, but then it was like...
Or maybe the kid's an idiot and can't see the subtle differences that he's making.
No, because he's like, and I realized I'm just going through the paces doing the exact same thing every time. I'm not making character choices.
Yeah.
I'm not reacting as a character would in that scene. I'm acting how I think it's going to act, which means acting's reacting. I'm not reacting to anything.
He's
I
just
already
doing-
know what I'm going to do.
He's just being Big Will.
You know?
Big Will. That's
Yeah.
it.
And I love that.
Did you know Willow was in one of his movies as well?
She was in the Pursuit of Happiness as well, wasn't she? Really? She was
No.
in one of the shelters or something?
I'm not sure about that. She was also the little kid in the back that he loses in I Am Legend.
Oh, really?
That was his kid.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
man.
Willow
Jeez.
in the back seat.
I'd say
when they get on the
Am
helicopter
Legend is
and
one
then
of my favourite Will Smith films.
I can't see how because the dog dies.
I know. It broke my heart. But
Have you seen the alternate ending for that movie?
no.
You know how Will dies?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the alternate, he doesn't.
Oh.
He gets through to the zombie bashing on the glass, doesn't break through it. Then he walks out among them and then walks off and then gets in the car and disappears with the girl and her kid and they drive to the sanctuary.
Right.
Yeah, he survived it.
Jeez.
But I think it's better that he died
Definitely.
and that she survived and got out of there and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
zombie
yeah.
just didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see the zombie, no, he doesn't walk out amongst them. The zombie picks up his bride or his girlfriend who he cares about and then walks out.
Oh, right.
And then Will and all that walk out as well.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I didn't see that bit.
That'd have been powerful, but I
Him
think the
dying was a
original
lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Sam.
It's
they
one
get
of
it back together.
those moves that I love because it feels like it's got that phone booth thing that I love where it was just so tied into one character. Like he carried that entire movie on his own.
Yeah.
You know, like phone booth had different aspects of stuff going on, but in essence, every time Colin Farrell was in that phone booth, he carried that movie on his own, talking to
Who
no
else
one
was that?
down
That was
the other
Kiefer Sutherland, wasn't it? Was it Kiefer?
yeah.
Was it
in
Kiefer Sutherland?
24, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Blake
Dum, dum.
Lively, maybe?
Dum, dum.
Who was his wife?
I don't know.
Katie Holmes?
I don't remember.
One of those ones.
Might have been the Height of Holmes.
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't matter. It was those two that came down to.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I mean. When you've got that kind of like just one actor carrying, and you're like, wow, this Tom Hanks in Castaway.
That movie's amazing.
You know,
That movie's so good.
is a
So good.
Life of Pi
Haven't seen it.
really
With the
good?
tiger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, really good,
Really
good. But he carries the film like this. These young
he has
actor.
to. He's on a raft with a tiger.
Exactly
The
right.
tiger's not real.
Yeah, incredible.
Acting with no one.
Yeah, well,
That's Andy Serkis.
yeah.
The tiger.
That'd be hard to act around. See Andy Serkis like squatting
He's
next
just-
to you.
He's just going, wow. Just purring, rubbing up against him.
Dude, watch Life of Pi. My God,
Andy, stop it.
Life of Pi is really good. What are you
He's
doing?
method actor. Andy just goes home and beats a tiger. He's going home and being Caesar.
Attacking people on the way home.
Just ripping people's arms off.
Sorry, he's method acting. Oh, I really respect this. Can I have my arm back?
Yes, here. Just beats him with it.
Oh man, just throwing his feces at people as he walks by. Thanks, Andy. Precious.
Stealing everyone's wedding rings. Just snapping their fingers off to get the rings. Oh, Andy, stop it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
Look
We
what you've
just
done.
absolutely. Hey, we're talking about Will Smith though, and we got a
Big Willie style.
Independence Day news here. What have you got here?
Oh,
Independence Day.
mate, the studio,
Didn't want to cast Will Smith.
no, didn't want a black lead.
How big of a fail would that movie have been?
Well, I don't know. Because I don't know who they would have cast instead of him. But it wouldn't have been the movie that we all know and love
No.
without Will. Welcome to Earth. That was such a good line. So that whole scene makes no sense whatsoever. You just punched the hard shell, the outer shell of the alien. It wouldn't have knocked it out.
Yeah.
You would not have knocked it out at all. But whatever, it works for the movie because you got a cigar hanging out your mouth and it works. So whatever.
There was who was it? There was another actor who was supposed to play the Bill Paxton role instead of him. So the president.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton was so good in that.
But the role was written differently.
Bill Paxton? Bill Pullman.
Oh man, I never know.
Now you've confused. Now I'm lost.
Paxton died. Pullman,
So it's Bill Pullman. Hang on.
I think. Oh
Let me have
man.
a look. I'll cover you on this one.
Well, apparently there was another actor tied to it originally, I've heard, who was supposed to have played the president as kind of a bad guy. And it wasn't until he gets into the plane.
Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman, yeah.
It wasn't until he gets into the plane and decides to fight that you go, oh, but he's still a hero. But the whole way through, he's been essentially a bad guy.
Yeah, right.
Right? And that's the shift.
Yep.
And the actor they had was playing it that way. And then they changed the character and couldn't see the actor they had doing it the way that they had Bill Pullman in it doing it.
Yep.
Which is really interesting. But I can't remember. The actor was actually someone real famous. I can't remember who it was. So I feel really bad about kind of getting half information there. Sorry, guys.
Good job, mate. Well done.
I know. Hey, let's talk about this for a minute here. Stephen Dorff. Just bagging on the MCU.
He's not happy. I can sort of, I read this and I can sort of see where he's coming. He's coming from a traditional actor's point of view of it. That because I mean, you got to remember, he was in one of these movies. He was in Blade.
He was, but what?
But then he walked away. He didn't want to be that overly famous.
Yeah.
He wanted to just do his.
Yeah.
And that's what he says in this interview. He goes, I don't want to work with these massive people and in these massive movies. He goes, it doesn't interest me. He goes, I want to put my money on the kid to direct something.
Yeah.
Who then becomes that.
Yeah, and that's great and everything. Fantastic.
So I can sort of see, but I can see his point.
But I think there's a way to
agree.
say that without saying, but those movies are shit.
He might think they should. Hey.
No.
That's his opinion.
But they've asked him. He hasn't watched most of them.
Because they obviously don't interest him.
That's the difference. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want, man. But when you start coming all high and mighty, and this is where I'm getting a bit defensive about it from a comic book point of view, because as a comic book fan, and even just before that genre, like, we've had to deal with being snubbed at award shows and all this shit because people don't treat comic book movies as legitimate entertainment. They're like, that's popcorn crap. But those movies still make you feel things.
Oh, for sure.
You know? They still like
look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Look at the Snyder Cut.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look at everyone's reaction to Cat picking up Mjolnir in Endgame.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew it.
Yeah. Like, these movies can make you feel just as much as the crap that wins Oscars.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't like, because I feel like these kind of statements that come out from actors like this just gives people who have that prejudice something to latch onto. Like, oh no, look what Stephen Dorff says. You didn't give a shit about Stephen Dorff before he said that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Well, we did because we loved him in Blade.
Yeah, which is ironic.
And there was another one. What was that?
He's been in a couple of
the bank robbers. There was a bank robber movie. I can't remember what that was.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
And it was like a lower budget movie, but it was an awesome movie. But I mean, he's one of the best parts for. Blade's obviously not in the MCU, but that was one of the first ones to start it off.
Do you reckon he's heard somewhere through the room that Blade's getting redone now, and he's like, "Hey, whoa."
No, because he was only in one.
Yeah, still.
So.
I don't think his character was actually a character.
He's still trying to Oscar it up a hill, though.
Yes. Oh, man. Anyway, Stephen Dorff, man, you do what you do, but you have to throw shade is all I'm saying. Like, just, happy with what you're doing, man. And this is what you
I respect your opinion.
You've been living your life this way, that's fine. But to come out and be like, you guys are all idiots for doing that.
We respect your opinion, but we don't have to agree with it.
Yeah, everyone's got the right to their opinion. But you know what they say, freedom of
Where are you going with this, mate?
just being able to speak, freedom of speech is not exempt from freedom of consequence.
That's right.
You know? Like,
you got to be held accountable.
Yeah, you can say what you want, but you're going to get held accountable for what you say.
So shut up. Yeah. Don't talk.
Pretty much, yeah, no.
That's what they're trying to say to you. Don't talk.
No.
Suppress the masses.
I was about to do to jump into a segue there, and when you said suppress the masses, I was going to run with that and be like, speak to suppressing the masses, and then I was like, where do I run with this?
Okay.
All right, because I was literally going to Kevin Feige. How does Kevin Feige suppress the masses? Well,
he gives you movies. He gives you great movies that makes you shut up and watch. That's it.
Mickey Mouse, and that's what it is.
Well, now you've gone, Mickey Mouse is suppressing the masses. Hey, no, Kevin Feige does suppress the masses. He has Marvel snipers everywhere. There you go. Run with that. Go.
He does. Not working so well on Alfred Molino. He's still out there having a chat.
Can you leave that poor old man alone? You bagged him out last week, and now you're doing it again. Stop it.
I love him. Anyway, Kevin Feige has apparently dropped a massive amount of information on how they choose which TV shows get made and which movies.
Oh, wow. How do they do that, Anthony? Please let us.
Article.
Please tell us how they decide. Go.
Well, they find the characters, Sevi, who they don't feel have had characterization really done throughout the movies, and then give them a TV show to give them that characterization.
Wow.
I know.
I would never have guessed that.
So what he's essentially told us is what they told us before they released these TV shows.
That's amazing.
I know.
What's next on the board?
Oh my God. Hey, Tomorrow War 2's getting a sequel.
Why?
Well, I mean, I'm interested.
I don't care.
I'm interested in knowing, like, look, we were going to do a one shot on Tomorrow War.
We were, but there's not enough.
And then we watched it, and
it's good popcorn.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, take your brain out.
It's not trying to be. It's not trying to be something. It's not going for Oscars,
guys. If you haven't watched Tomorrow War yet,
give it a watch.
We're at 36 minutes here.
No, don't even skip it. Don't even skip it. Just listen to just listen.
We're going to talk about Tomorrow War just a little bit here.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
3 movies in one.
I feel like it was way too long.
Yeah, it went about half an hour too long. They could have stopped with him getting like sent back to his own time and then just saying, "Here's the antidote." You could have done like
no. There was a lot in the middle that didn't need to be in there as well. There was a lot of scenes that it's like I just don't care.
But this is what I mean.
Like them sitting around in the hangar, or where were they? In a hangar building? I don't know.
It felt like 3 movies to me. You had the first one of him getting drafted, trained, and then his first mission.
Probably should have been a TV show.
Then your second movie was him meeting his daughter, working with his daughter. And him leaving her at the end.
I think me and the missus picked that from the start. That was his daughter.
Of course, yeah. And then your third movie is him going to hunt down the ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was 3 movies.
That's 3 seasons. That's a TV show.
Yeah, that could have been a 3 arc. So you see 1 season. You know what I mean? Like
to stretch it out a little bit more.
Yeah. 22 episodes. Get it done.
Oh, thanks, CW.
Mid-season finale would have been him diving after his daughter. Bang.
Yeah.
Mid-season. Anyway.
I don't need a second one.
I mean, I'd like to know about the mythology behind those aliens that brought the white spikes. You know what I mean? Like that part of it, I'd like to know more about.
Predators.
Yeah, if it ends up being Predators, it'd be amazing.
They're Predators.
Yeah.
It would be so good if this turned out to be a Predator movie and no one actually told us.
Yeah. I'd be on board for that. We're not going to know until they release Skulls and you're like, hey, wait a minute.
What the hell? What the hell?
Skulls ties into it. Chris Pratt shows up. Oh,
Chris Pratt shows up. Arnold shows up.
I got to say, though, Chris Pratt was ripped.
I just figured something out here. You have Chris Pratt show up. You have Arnold show up.
His daughter's
You've got
right there.
Father and son.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you'd have to have his daughter in it. Done.
It's perfect. Done.
Oh my God, it's happening. That's happened.
We have just wrote
That's
Tomorrow
the connection.
War 2.
That's the connection.
Predator. It's Skulls.
That's why this happened.
It's Skulls.
He was sitting around with Arnie.
You're welcome, guys.
Having a chat about how they can do another Predator.
And he's like, you have a Stalgi.
Yeah, and he's like, we'll just do a backdoor movie.
We won't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a nice
style.
little...
And they've got the Cloverfield director working on Skulls. Perfect. And he's like, guys, they ruined it for me, but
we can make this work.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's happened.
Straight to Netflix.
Guys, do it.
No, don't. Don't release Skulls straight to Netflix. Don't do that.
No.
Give it to Amazon.
Amazon.
Because then you know it's going to be raw.
Tomorrow War was Amazon, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, did you see how they did their marketing for this?
No.
Like literally.
Probably.
They went so hard on it. Like all the Amazon Prime boxes that they have were all just covered in Tomorrow War advertising.
It's Chris Pratt. That's Star-Lord. You gotta pump it.
Yeah.
It's his face. Hard. His face brings...
But like we've gotten to the level of advertising now where someone's going to knock on your door and hand you an advertisement.
Good.
Like, yeah, watch this movie.
Haven't they been doing that in the mail for years?
Well, putting it in your mailbox.
Yeah.
People are handing it directly
Remember
to
Video
you.
Easy used to get Video Easy slips in your...
Was that how Netflix started?
No. I don't mean movies. I mean like they would have like you get like a brochure of like new release movies.
But you'd also be like, there's a voucher and you can get like 6 weeklies and 2 new releases.
That's right.
And then you go down there and spend like 4 hours trying to pick
and you'd have your handful and you'd be like,
you find another one. Yeah.
You're like, what am I going to get rid of? No, this is crap.
And then you're like, and you get home and there's one weekly that you're like, I really want to watch this, but you still have to get through those 2 new releases first.
Yeah.
Because they got to go back tomorrow.
They got to go back tomorrow. You got to take them back.
Yeah. Like, oh man, we get through these.
Kids these days got no idea.
Yeah.
They don't got no idea.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about the rant there.
Matt would have loved it because that's bringing back memories for him right there.
Matt. Anyway,
all those late returns that he's got to deal with.
Oh man, do you reckon he preferred the DVDs or the VCRs?
DVDs because you don't have to rewind them.
Yeah, but you got to do the scratch thing for it.
There was nothing worse than when you got a VCR and it wasn't rewound.
Nothing worse than a DVD. Then you have to get in and like start skipping through it and
It's
jumping through.
It's called a coaster.
Yeah.
That's what you called it.
Oh man,
and DVDs that don't work are coasters. That's it.
Jesus.
Or frisbees. You just launch them.
Oh man! All right. Next bit of news here. So we'll stick with what am I sticking with? I thought we were talking about now. We're talking.
Yeah,
about
where are we going? What are we
sticking with anything? I'm going to jump to Suicide Squad. I don't care. I'm going there. We got a release date for Suicide Squad.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, what was it? I'm going to have to go back and check now because I've forgotten what it was because I got excited.
This would have tied in with
brought it
Peacemaker
up.
pretty easily.
It would have. That's right. It's August 6th. The
Nice.
6th of August.
That's a lot closer than I thought it was.
August 6th in America, but no, it's James Gunn's like, no, have it earlier.
Ooh.
A day.
Ooh.
It's like, okay, well, it's a day.
So guys,
Whatever.
Suicide Squad's a month away.
August 5th in US.
Stoked.
Straight, and I think it's theaters and straight to HBO Max, I think.
Nice.
Same day.
Awesome.
So
I'm on board. All right.
I'm pumped.
Let's do this.
I want this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Speaking of movies that we want, Thor 4. Taika says should not have made sense. Awesome. Thanks, Taika.
Yeah, he said if you were reading, if you were to read the script, he goes, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like, well done, mate.
Thanks, Taika.
I'm guessing Ragnarok was probably the same. I think people that watch Ragnarok are still like, it doesn't make sense.
But I had a good time.
But I had a great time, but it makes no sense. Like, what's going on? Why is Jeff Goldblum got a spaceship for his bloody his sex parties? What's going on here?
Love it. It
why?
was so good.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh man. Hey,
It is
Argylle.
what it is.
You whacked up Argylle on the board here, which I believe has something to do with Henry Cavill, right?
Yes, Henry Cavill's in it.
And then you said, don't look at anything to do with it.
I
I want
don't
to tell
look
you.
at it. I want to tell you who's in this movie. But first, I want to tell you who's doing this movie.
Tell me what it's about first, so I care.
It's a spy thriller. Yep, that's all you need to know. By Matthew Vaughn.
Why do I know that name?
Kick-Ass and the Kingsman.
Right, of course that's why I know that name. Okay, so this is going to be brutal.
We've got Henry Cavill. Right? Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa?
Yep.
Okay.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
Sam Rockwell.
Ooh.
Catherine O'Hara.
Right.
John Cena.
Nice.
Bryan Cranston.
Wow.
That's all we've got so far.
Oh, man.
But I mean, I've just listed.
Ended on a high.
That's why I saved Cranston for last because
Wow. I gotta say, man, I actually watched the first Godzilla again the other day. And
he got ripped off so bad.
Bryan Cranston did a mountain of work in that movie.
A mountain of work for 15 minutes.
Yeah. But he put the work in.
He got jibbed.
Jeez, he was good.
He got jibbed.
I forgot how good he was in that movie.
But yeah, this is.
And then I felt awkward because the very next scene was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver making out. I was like, oh.
That's awkward.
Stop that.
Please don't do that.
But keep going again because you're very pretty people.
But yes. Yes, they were. But no, we're pretty people. We've got Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Hopefully leading this movie.
Mm.
And
John Cena.
But Matthew Vaughn's come out and go, when I read the early draft manuscript, I felt it was the most incredible and original spy franchise since Ian Fleming's books in the 50s. This is going to reinvent the spy genre.
Well,
that's from Vaughn himself. Now, he's made...
You're really selling that one, aren't you?
Well, he's made some wicked movies. So for him to say that, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keen.
I'm a little bit upset, though.
Why is that?
Why is that? Is because if Mr. Cavill does this, I don't think he's going to get Bond.
Too similar. Yeah.
But I've always wanted another Man from U.N.C.L.E. So
But
I
now
might
what
get
you're
this
getting-
with this.
But now what you're getting instead is a brutal Bond.
Well, we don't know.
It's gonna
He might not be. He
Vince
might be
Vaughn's
the same.
brutal.
He might be the same character from Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Everything Vince Vaughn does is brutal.
Did you say Vince Vaughn? It's Matthew.
Yeah, I did.
Not Vince
Matthew
Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn didn't do this.
Matthew Vaughn.
I don't think Vince Vaughn could pull this off.
Matthew Vaughn. Hey, whoa. Let's not like out there bagging out Vince Vaughn here.
Hey.
Vince Vaughn's great.
He's great, but do you think he could have wrote Kingsman
I don't know.
with that awesome twist that he just dies?
You know, I just don't want to undersell someone as well.
Samuel L. Jackson just gives out the whole, this is not that type of movie. Bullets. It's like, I didn't see that coming, like, at all.
And it was right before, like, that scene with Freebird and him ripping through the
church.
as
That
well.
is just insane.
He was
insane.
incredible.
Colin Firth. That's all we need for this movie. Just
Colin
get
Firth.
Colin Firth in it.
That
Bring
was
Taron Egerton in as well. Why not?
Oh, yeah, just rope it into the Kingsman. Let's do it.
I mean, you've already got Samuel L. Jackson, so hey, let's do it.
Well, now you can't do it because he died. So
It's a different character. Just don't give him a lisp.
yeah.
It's his brother, twin brother. Sorted. Winning.
Learn how to speak without a lisp. All right, next bit of news we have here.
Where do you want to go, mate? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Black Adam.
Black Adam.
So Black Adam is finished filming,
Yes.
right?
Almost. I think they're all. Yeah, they're almost
Entered
done.
its final week of filming.
Yeah, The Rock's released some photo of him and his back, and it's like, God damn, you're a monster.
He's huge. Absolutely
Just
huge.
ripped as insane. But no, Sarah Sahi's come out and praised being able to work with Dwayne Johnson because she said that it's basically a massive deal for her, and that she said here, I'm getting the chance to work with Dwayne, who happens to be one of the kindest humans ever. And it's admirable to watch him be the businessman and the actor that he is. He treats everyone on set so well. When he speaks to you, it's like you're the only person in the room. Everyone should take a lesson from his book because he's quite remarkable to witness and to be on set with. He's the real deal through and through. Which I think we already knew that.
We knew that.
He's the boss.
He's
the boss
incredible.
man. I think anyone who has any negative things to say about him, shut your mouth. Just shut it.
Know your role.
Just shut your mouth. Because The Rock doesn't want to hear it.
Is that what you're going with that?
He doesn't give a damn what you've got to say.
Oh, hey, speaking of things I don't give a damn about.
Oh, wow. Jeez, calm down.
Scream is complete.
Hey,
I don't care.
hey. You seem to forget that Timothy Oliphant was once in Scream.
You seem to forget. I just don't
just
care.
relax.
I don't care about Scream, man.
Just pump those brakes.
There's only so many times I think you get back to the well.
But yeah, I
think
just don't
they've
care.
gone
I don't
too
care about
many-
it.
They've gone too many times to the well on this
No
one.
one cares about Scream. I think a lot of the OG characters might be coming back. What's her name?
Nev Campbell?
Yeah, I think she's coming back for this.
Because what else is she doing? That's
Whatever she
not
wants.
a massive get, man.
It's the same as Jamie Lee Curtis coming back for Halloween.
Jamie Lee Curtis is doing things.
What?
I don't know. She's been doing things, surely.
I don't think she has.
All right. Well, it's not like Sigourney Weaver coming back to Aliens or something. You know what I
That'd
mean?
be great.
Like,
That'd be great.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
That would
that's
be
where
great.
you'd be like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Or Arnold coming back as Terminator. Oh, wait, that's happened 7 times.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Should it keep happening is now the question. The news for the next one is Arnold's not coming back to Terminator. You're like, oh, now I'm interested.
No, if Arnold doesn't come back, I'm not watching it. Plain and simple.
It's weird how they never made a sequel after Terminator 2.
Yeah, they did. They made Terminator 3.
No, it's just weird. They never made another Terminator movie.
No, because they killed off John Connor,
it's
remember?
really strange. They
Those
never,
other-
that they never
that
made
was,
another
hey,
movie.
that was a good one. I like the
That's
new.
really
the,
strange.
The newest
That
one
they
that
never
came,
made another Terminator
No, you
movie
shut
after.
your mouth. The new one that came, I can't lie. I liked them all. I thought so.
Genesis
Which one was that?
with Daenerys,
There was great
where
part-
they
yeah,
told
no,
us that he was
there was great
a
parts in that.
Terminator in the trailer.
Yes.
And then sold it as a massive twist.
Yeah, it's like use it. Then see, that's not the movie's fault.
That was
That is, you've got to admit, that is not the movie's fault. That's
no,
the same
it's
thing.
the marketing's fault.
Yeah, that's the same as Suicide Squad. Oh, speaking of that, one thing I forgot to share. James Gunn released a tweet saying that basically in talks for Suicide Squad that he said to him, no, I've got to make it R-rated and all this. And they're like, yeah, no worries. Run with it. But someone else tried to do the same thing with him, with his Suicide Squad movie. They didn't allow it.
Yeah. He's also said that
He
it's
just came
not-
out. He retweeted James Gunn's one and just wrote, "Dang."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's sad.
Um,
That's hurt.
What's something else James Gunn actually said was that his movie doesn't tie into the first Suicide Squad at all.
See, and one of the things we talked about was that it did.
Yeah.
It came out that it did. So now Diz doesn't.
Yeah, he's saying it doesn't.
Same characters, different.
Yeah.
So is it the same universe? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
He's
understand what's
saying
going
he doesn't mention it at all. Doesn't exist.
I feel like it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
hey, remember that time we fought that wiggly hip lady?
the belly dancer, she was just going like this, just jiving. An old mate was shooting shit out of his hands and whatever. And then we lost Diablo.
Yeah, and then
he
Fire
just went
Guy.
massive and punched people and cool.
Yeah, Fire Guy got blown up somehow.
But I mean, even like the animated movies, they don't always reference the pre. Like you might have a thread going through just to sort of sew them all together so you know they're in the same universe. And I think with the new one we do, it's called Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
And Harley.
But even Harley.
And Jai Courtney's Boomerang.
Been doing things before.
So you have that thread that links
like
them
she's going to
together.
come through talking about egg sandwiches and you're going to be like, oh, okay, it's the same.
I hope not.
Yeah. There'll be like 8 scenes just about her eating egg sandwiches.
No, James Gunn's not that dumb.
Unless he really enjoyed the egg sandwich.
No,
thing.
he didn't. No one did.
He's going to add a twist to it. He's like, well, the egg sandwich was really an alien of some kind.
Please don't.
Also, we got a bit of thing here where someone was like, oh, you've ruined the movie by showing that Starro is the main antagonist already. And he goes, who's to say that Starro was the main threat?
Brainiac.
Brainiac.
We saw him. Heard it here first.
Brainiac.
Heard it here first a few episodes ago, the Brainiac.
Yeah. Mate.
We've got trailers.
We got some trailers to watch.
We've got some trailers.
So The Witcher 2 dropped this morning.
Yep. Which you did not watch.
I have not watched it yet. I wanted to rewatch The Witcher before I watched The Witcher 2. So when's The Witcher 2 coming out? Do we know?
I don't know. It probably says at the end of the trailer.
I saw some.
I don't remember.
I don't know if it was fan art or official art, but it's the one with him standing in front of Cersei.
I don't know.
Like you're just from their backs. You've got him standing there, and she's in front of him. He's holding his sword, and it looks like he's huge. Absolutely.
Well,
huge.
he is huge. He's the man of a man.
All right. Anyway, guys,
Stop talking and let's watch.
Watch The Witcher's trailer for season 2, and we're about to watch it now, and then we'll break it down. All right. So first up, December 17th.
Yep.
Is the date we've got. Secondly, didn't give us much.
Didn't give us much.
Gave us a bit.
Gave us a wicked Henry Cavill talking though.
Yeah.
His voice is awesome.
I think he said more in this than he said the whole first season.
I think you might be correct on that.
Like that whole first season, we just got grunts.
Yeah. But the whole, when I say run,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
When I say hide, hide.
Jeez.
And then you get him saying run. So shit's going down.
Someone's hunting witches. Is what I gathered from that. Like all the medallions hanging over something.
Yeah. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Expendables. How Barney Ross hangs up the dog tags.
Yeah.
You get the jingle of his ex-members just to let them know that they're still here. So he doesn't ever forgets them.
Yeah.
That could be the same sort of thing.
I know. I think someone's hunting witches.
It looked like they're above a fireplace.
Yeah.
So I think they might be dead witches that are hanging up there, and
could be.
They could be, because I think from what it looks like is they're witches that he goes and sees.
Yeah.
They're his family. So, don't know.
Could be interesting. The whole time through, I was thinking, where's Yennefer?
The missus said the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, where's Yennefer?
Yeah.
And then you see her at the end.
Yeah.
She's been found by the one who turned her back on everyone.
Yeah. I gotta be honest.
Went to the dark side.
The whole time I was watching that, I was like, I really should have rewatched The Witcher because there's a bunch of stuff I don't remember. And if they had little callbacks to it there, it was lost on me.
I don't think there was, because I rewatched The Witcher not that long ago. And there wasn't much in there. So
anyway, it looks like he's going to be training her to fight.
Yeah, well, gives her a little wooden sword.
Yeah.
So
see how long that stays wooden for. Her little line of sometimes I want to burn the world, and his reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a wicked teacher though.
Yeah.
But the next one we're going to look at is Sweet Girl, which is Momoa.
It is Sweet Girl, is it?
Yep. Momoa's new Netflix movie.
Momoa's new Netflix movie. All right, let's watch this. Do you feel like that movie was meant to be called Sweet Child?
Why? Because of the song?
They also say it many times throughout the movie, like throughout the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes like titles get changed for different audiences and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like this was always called Sweet Child until some point where they go, actually, it should be Sweet Girl.
I feel like it should be Sweet Child
It really should be.
because of the song. The song's
That was
great.
epic.
Nice little. It's the same. It's the normal song, but they've cut it beautifully.
Yeah, and like put it in well.
Yeah.
And, like had his,
I guarantee that was Momoa that said, "No, we need this song.
yeah.
This is my song."
Yeah. All right. So it looks like a bloke who,
I'm guessing he's ex-military.
yeah,
He's ex-something.
could have, he's a boxer or something as well. I don't know.
I think he's just fight training.
Yeah, his wife could have been saved if she was given certain drugs that got pulled from the market. I don't know.
Yep. It seems very. What's that guy's name in real life who upped the price of that?
The AIDS medication.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
skyrocketed it. I feel like it's a take off that guy
Yeah.
as well,
Especially the way you're sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
being all
Yeah.
smug and
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
and his daughter's played by Isabella
Merced, who's incredible.
Wicked. Played Dora.
Yeah. Waiting for her to get into a
And she was in
DC or
Trin.
Marvel role because she'll be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a good Zantana or something. Or
She would have. She would have been. Probably a bit old now. Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
She would have worked for that too.
America Chavez as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been good. Anyway, there's a lot out there.
Give her a Jessica Cruz.
Oh,
Make her a Lantern.
yeah. That'd be good.
That'd be perfect.
That'd be pretty
I
good.
think we're going to get Jessica Cruz in the Lantern show. So
Landon Call.
if she hasn't been cast yet, well then drop ball, Warner Brothers. You're not known for that.
Oh. Spicy.
Idiots.
But
But no, it looks good. I'm keen.
yeah, it looks right. Yeah.
Miles beating the crap out of people.
Yeah.
We're going
It
to
feels
see.
a bit like we
gonna
talked
see-
about Mel Gibson earlier in the show. It feels a bit like Payback.
Yeah, we're going to see Isabella beating the crap out of people by the look of
it's
it as
her
well.
Fight too.
I'm keen. Bring it on.
Let's do it.
Bring it on.
Mate, that's us for the day.
That's us. That's it.
Cheers for tuning in, guys. There was a bit of news there. We got through it all. And like I said, hey, start of the show, watch Clarkson's Farm.
Watch it.
Watch Ted Lasso.
Watch it.
Do it, guys.
Do it.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.